Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I've been playing this on PC. Unfortunately, for those on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, it seems there's quite a few issues, but I have to say, on PC, it is absolutely stunning. I mean, you can see a screenshot behind me, which I probably took. I think I took this one. And just look at the ray tracing. That is literally what it looks like on my computer. It's absolutely amazing, especially at night time, all the reflections and everything. I mean, at first I was having a few issues with the frame rate because I'm running the RTX 3080 with a Ryzen 3900X. I've got 32 gigabit of RAM as well, so pretty up to date spec machine, I would say, really. I was running the game on a hard drive, but today I've moved it over to an SSD and it's much faster. But even on the hard drive, it didn't even take that long to load, to be honest. I was having a few issues with my memory because I noticed that my memory wasn't clocked as high as it should be now. So that was probably my fault though, because I never even noticed, to be honest. And the frame rate was actually dipping below 30 frames per second. That was on ray tracing ultra settings with DLSS on uh, auto, I think. So I've messed around with it. I've kept it in ray tracing ultra settings because it just looks too good and I'd rather have a lower frame rate. And also I've changed the DLSS to performance, so it looks pretty stunning that. I fixed the memory and now it's running probably about anywhere between 48 to 60 frames per second at 4K with ray tracing on as high as it'll go. So I mean that's pretty acceptable for me because it runs smoothly and it's great. So yeah, the game itself, I mean I'm really enjoying it. I mean I'm not really I prefer more the Witcher style game, which is more fantasy. Prefer third person as well. I don't really like first person as much, but what I've played of this so far, I'm really enjoying. The story's quite fun, I would say. I mean, I don't get it half the time, but because sometimes it goes away in a tangent and you're like, what's going on? But the actual main story is quite fun. The side quests, although I've not done many of them, I have to say, the ones I have done are actually quite different, which is quite nice rather than all these. There is a bit of fetch quest about some of them, of course, but there's other bits where there's like the Delamain cabs, for instance, where you have to go and sort of get them back because they've went haywire and they've decided to take on a mind of their own. These are like sort of self-automated cabs. So the guy asks you to go and sort of get them back for him. So that's quite fun because you need to try and slow them down, and that mission gets very weird as well. So yeah, there's absolutely tons. I really like the main mission though. There's certainly twists in it. I mean, I'm only about what probably about 10, 11, 12 hours in, so I've played quite a bit, but I'm probably doing well in the mission. I've met Keanu and all that, but I think so far I'm finding it okay. I've just got to this sort of part of the mission which I've got to beat this big creature. I won't spoil it, but like I'm finding it really tough. So I've done that quite a few times. I've not beat him yet, so hopefully I will soon. As far as like cars go and that, I've not really got many cars, unfortunately. I seem to have not picked up much money on the way. I've got the cybernetic implants, so and that's one of the things I did want to talk about, the sort of character progression. That is amazing. It must be one of the best character progression systems I've seen. There's so much to it. There's the implants, and then you've got all these other special abilities, and you can update your sort of character physicality. So like dexterity, is that one of them? Intelligence is certainly one of them. What else? Maybe strength or something. There's a bunch of them, and then you go into them, and then there's a whole other bunch of abilities. So, I mean, I have to say the character progression is very good indeed. But the main selling point, the shining light for me, is certainly the graphics, which are just fantastic. I mean, when you're playing on high settings, and the ray tracing's just shine everywhere from all these neon lights. You're just like, wow, this is so good. And the photo mode, see, it's all just come to my head. I don't write down anything I'm going to say, so sorry if I just kind of say things at random, but I'm just saying them as they come in my head. But the photo mode is one of the most comprehensive I've seen yet. I love photo modes, and I have to say, Cyberpunk photo mode is top. It's up there as one of the best I've ever used. There's just so many options in it. It's brilliant. I absolutely love the photo mode, and I've taken some amazing photos from it. So really enjoying the world. It's a lovely world. You can tell a lot of time and effort's went into it. It looks fantastic. The story's okay. I mean, I've seen a lot of reviews and they're saying it's the best game they've ever played. I wouldn't quite go that far. I mean, it's an open world game that looks fantastic. It's got depth, sure, but it's not like you can walk into every single shop or anything like that. So it's kind of on par with a sort of GTA, I would say. It just probably looks a bit prettier, but it's certainly a lovely game. And of course, I can't go without mentioning the bugs. Now, like I say, the PS4 and Xbox players seem to be having the worst end of the stick here, but on PC, I've not really ran into any bugs until now, the 10th hour. And I have to say they get a bit weird. One of them, the enemy I had to beat to complete the mission spawned inside a rock, so that made it difficult to beat him. I had to basically get killed and restart the mission. Thankfully, it was okay then. There's sort of cars which sort of fly up in the air randomly for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. And the weirdest bug I've came across is when I went to open a door and it sort of pushed me back about 1,000 meters. So I had to run all the way back to the door again. And thankfully I got in at that time. So yeah, some weird bugs starting to happen. Hopefully, with the new patch which came out, that will sort of fix them. In fact, I think I installed that patch and that's when the bugs started. So maybe that's caused them. Not sure about that one. But anyway, there'll be another patch, won't there? I mean, I'm not that fussed because the bugs that I've come across haven't really ruined the game for me. Otherwise, it's been a pretty much perfect experience. It's certainly a top game for me. 9 out of 10. If I was to give it a score at the moment after 12 hours playing it, it'd probably be a 9 out of 10 for me for A, looks, B, the action and combat, which is really good. I'm really enjoying that. The driving, the story's good. So yeah, I mean, like I say, not perfect, but it's certainly one of the best games released this year without a doubt. So yeah, let me know what you think of Cyberpunk 2077 because I'd be interested to know. I'd be interested to know what platform you're playing on, or if you're waiting for the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions. Because to be honest, if the Xbox Series X and PS5 version are anything like the PC version, then it's going to be an absolutely top version of the game, and I'd highly recommend playing it. If you've got a PS4 and Xbox One version and you're enjoying it too, then let me know. And obviously, you get a free upgrade anyway, so you'll be able to experience that on the next generation, so that'll be cool. Okay, that's all I've got to say about Cyberpunk. I guess if I was to sort of round up what I'm trying to say is it's a great game for me. I've not really experienced any major issues, apart from a few bugs. It looks fantastic. The issue I did have with the frame rate dropping was probably down to the settings on my PC more than anything else, but that's all been resolved and now I'm not getting those drops anymore. So yeah, really great experience. It's kind of stopped me playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is a bit of a shame because I was really enjoying that, but I wasn't really. I was going to wait for Cyberpunk myself, but then I just couldn't. I just couldn't resist, and I'm glad I didn't wait because it's something really different. Actually, it's just it just feels different, a different setting. It's really nice being based in the city and just purely in the city at the moment. I don't know if you go out the city later on in the game, but at the moment it's quite nice. Just sort of seeing everything there is to explore. And to be honest, I've not even seen a third of it, I don't think, because I've kind of been concentrating mostly on the main missions, not mission. Don't know what that means. Anyway, okay, so thanks for joining me this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Uh, Again, let me know what you think about Cyberpunk, and I'll see you next time. Bye.